The Great Feminization and Why Civilizations Lose Their Balance. Hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller. Many people sense that our civilization is in a precarious place. They often point to something called the Great Feminization of society. That phrase makes people uncomfortable, and understandably so. But stripped of slogans and blame, it points to a real structural problem. Civilizations don't collapse because of women. They collapse when balance breaks down. When historians or sociologists talk about feminization, they are not talking about women taking over. They're describing a shift in values, incentives, and decision-making norms inside institutions. Every healthy civilization depends on polarity, compassion and discipline, care and consequence, inclusion and hierarchy, and de-empathy and reality testing. The problem begins when one side overwhelms the other. How did we get to the place where we let the most emotionally dysregulated people have the most influence? How did we not see that identity politics is nothing more than a power grab? This didn't begin with modern wokeness. The shift started decades earlier. After World War II, widespread trauma created risk-aversion bureaucracies, expanded therapy, replaced moral frameworks, emotional safety, replaced resilience, liability, avoidance, replaced excellence institutions, slowly stopped asking, does this work? And started asking, how does this make people feel? One hallmark of civilizational decline is when ideology replaces reality as the feedback mechanism. In healthy systems, outcomes matter more than intentions. Discomfort produces learning. In declining systems, intentions override results, dissent is labeled harm, truth becomes offensive, and discomfort is treated as danger. Once institutions stop tolerating discomfort, they stop correcting mistakes. That's when ideology hardens. Elites don't adopt moral language out of purity. They adopt it because it protects them. Moralized narratives deflect accountability, suppress criticism, reframe failure as virtue, label opposition as immoral. This isn't feminism. It's power using care language as armor. Historically, as civilizations weaken, elites become more sentimental and more coercive at the same time. One of the quiet consequences of this imbalance is male disengagement. When societies punish competence, shame ambition, moralize risk, criminalize assertiveness, most men don't revolt. They withdraw. You see it in declining marriage, declining birth rates, declining civic participation, declining loyalty to institutions. Not because men hate society, but because the social contract stopped rewarding contribution. Civilizations rarely fall from one cause. They fall when corruption goes unchecked. And we are certainly see this now, corruption in the trillions when all the schemes to steal taxpayer funds are revealed. Elites lose contact with reality. Name your politician, name your CEO, and I will show you how out of touch they are. Ideology replaces feedback because feedback might make someone uncomfortable. Dissent is suppressed. Can you say cancellation culture? Balance collapses into monoculture, and you know what happens when there is a challenge to a monoculture. The whole thing can be wiped out in the blink of an eye. What people call the Great Feminization is really the loss of adaptive balance, where care displaced consequence instead of complementing it. Does anyone even believe there are consequences anymore? This isn't about blaming women. It isn't about attacking empathy or compassion. The danger is elevating any single value system above reality itself. Civilizations survive when empathy is paired with accountability, inclusion is paired with standards, care is paired with courage, and ideals are tested against outcomes. When those pairings dissolve, decline accelerates, quietly at first, and then all at once. That's what people are sensing.